Hello knitting friends, it's Joolsy. Today I'm back with another tip video and I'd like to show you how I create Icord to work in projects. And if you're wondering what Icord is, it's a way of creating a kind of tube piece of knitted fabric that you can use in various things. For example, in my little hanging frogs that I make, the arms and the legs are made from Icord. I also like to use Icord as the tail for my little matchbox mice. I've turned Icord into floral headbands, and I've also made little, you can see them on display here, but if I take one off, I like to make little friendship bracelets out of Icord as well, which is really pretty. That's just with a little bit of sock yarn. And finally, I can also add them to accessories. So this is a little baby bonnet and it has Icord for the tie underneath. So it's a really useful stitch to use for both toys and accessories, and you could even do Icord to create lettering or edging on knits that you make clothing. So today I'm on my favourites. You know how much I love a 3.25. I don't know why, it's one of my favourite needles, and these are double pointed needles. I like to use wood because I just like the way they feel in your hands, and I think that they are very smooth, particularly when you're doing double pointed knitting in the round or doing Icord. This is a beautiful DK yarn that I bought. I think it might be from Little Woolly, just a little skein of that. So Icord, basically you're going to cast on as normal, so make a slip knot onto your needle, and then you're going to cast on somewhere between 2 and 5 stitches. Today we're going to do 4. So all of that is the same for any knitting project. You've cast on, you're ready to go. Then you're going to knit your first row as you normally would, like so. The first row I find is always a little bit fiddly because those stitches can be quite tight. Now here's where it's a bit different. So normally if you were knitting and you were knitting back and forth, traditional knitting, you would turn the work and go back that way. However, because we're creating a tube, what we're going to do is we're going to keep the yarn at the back. Our needles are going to face the same way, and instead of turning the work, we're just going to push those stitches down to the end of the needle and work them again. And the way we do that is we just pull the yarn, and you can see it's going to come from the back along those stitches and create a tube. So we work those 4 again, then we pull it down with its little tail, and then you'll see that what happens over time is this yarn will pull those 2 ends together and create a tube. Push your stitches to the end of your working needle and work across them. Finish that row, pull that little guy down, then you're going to push your stitches to the end of the needle, work it back in the same direction. I'll do this a few more times so I can show you what it looks like at the back. Work across the needle, pull him down. Let's do one more, and then I'll show you what it looks like from the back. and you can see, ta-da, it actually creates a really mini version of working in the round without having to work on multiple needles or a circular needle. And if you get your tension right, you won't actually be able to see where that join is in the back. Isn't that fabulous? So yeah, keep going for as long as you want. If you wanted to make it into a friendship bracelet or a little band, or you want to make it into a little headband, or you were working legs or things for toys, you would just work it for as many rows to get the right length. Now, this is what you do at the end. So basically, if you're wanting to finish that off, all you need to do is just cut that yarn and thread it through those working needles as you normally would. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to keep doing, I might make this into something. But yeah, you just thread it through and secure it off. You don't need to cast off. If you wanted to join it to make a circular piece, what I like to do is just graft my stitches. So I would pull this one off, and then I would thread this with a needle, and I'd just graft it into the edge to turn it, and you can see that's where I've done it there, to turn it into a loop or a circle. So that's all from me today. I hope this was helpful. Please leave comments below if you would like me to add any extra tips, or there are things that you're interested in learning about. I love hearing from fellow knitters, and please subscribe to my channel because there'll be heaps more tips coming up, and I'm also going to be including some of my original patterns as video tutorials so you can follow along and make them at home. Thanks everyone. Have a wonderful knitting day.